We sometimes refer to ourselves like slaves to the system, don't we? Like, we kind of told what we have to do. And I suppose like smoking weed is kind of almost liberate ourselves from that system.
A bit of liberation, innit?
A bit of liberation.
Fuck the system.
Right, fuck the system. So should we concentrate on like liberating ourselves and stuff?
Yeah, free yourself. Fuck the central banks, fuck the Rothschilds, and fuck all the Freemasons and Illuminati.
So here we see Earthling Ed out proselytising his veganism again, and he's at the 420 festival in London, which is like, I don't know, a group of stoners get together and sit in a field and smoke weed, and the police encircle them, and they're kind of allowed to do it. I don't know if he's thinking that maybe because these guys are all stoned, they're more likely to listen to his point of view. But as you can tell from these three guys, he is kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. And particularly the guy on the left, where he starts banging on about the Rothschilds and all of this. It's very lazy, slothful intellectualism, because it allows you to excuse yourself from making an effort. You know, you can hold your hands in the air and just say, well, it's not my fault that I'm not achieving my goals, you know. The man's keeping me down. So, yeah. Anyway, let's hear what else they've got to say.
Could you kill a chicken yourself?
No, never.
If you couldn't kill the animal yourself, is it okay to pay for someone to do it on your behalf, do you think?
Not really, no.
But you do that, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, like, think about it this way. Once you're selling at Tesco's, you don't see what's happening to the chicken. Right. It's not in front of your face.
Disconnected,
kind of thing.
aren't we?
So it's like, we don't actually see what happens, innit?
That's right.
I guess if we were there and the chicken got cut in front of us, I don't think we'd be eating chicken.
But you, Ed, you get someone to kill an animal on your behalf as well. You know, maybe if you had the same attitude that guy had, where he's like, well, yeah, I like eating chicken, and, you know, but if somebody actually killed the chicken in front of me, I don't know if I'd want to eat it. Well, you know, if you take it to its logical conclusion, Ed, come out and watch me shoot wood pigeon to protect the peas that you like to eat. I'm going to be doing that a little bit later on this afternoon. You know, you watch all of these birds dying, which have to die in order to feed you. And not just feed you, but in order to help and maintain the environment. You know, you're getting people to kill things on your behalf just as much as a meat eater is. I don't understand why, you know, why vegans sometimes think this, that they have this, they don't seem to understand. They seem to think that, you know, that the only death that's caused by food consumption is from food that we actually raise and kill to eat. Doesn't make sense.
Tell you what, does meat come from a system of slavery?
Nah, man,
yeah, it does.
Me,
the farmers are technically fucking slaves, man. What they're getting paid at the moment is
The
fucked.
farmers are slaves?
Yeah.
What about the animals? Are they slaves?
Oh yeah, technically. But do you know what?
Who's the real slave?
Animals,
The farmer or
yeah.
the
Do you know
animal?
what? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Animals are blessed. They're chilling, alright. Yeah. One day they're eaten and they're given like they're chilling.
As Muslims,
do you know what I mean?
right?
we believe that if we kill animals and eat them, they'll go straight to heaven. So
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what we believe, innit?
I don't think that was the response he was expecting, but and I wouldn't go as far as saying farmers are slaves, personally, because I'm yet to meet a poor farmer, to be honest, in this country. But they do go through a lot of crap, and they do work very, very, very hard indeed. But in terms of the animals, it's a ridiculous example of anthropomorphism, which you seem to get a lot from people like Earthling Ed, where they equate an animal's experience with being a human being. So then you start calling them slaves and killing them as murder and so on and so forth. But these animals don't know that. In order to be a slave, you first have to know that you're a slave, and you need to be forced to work, I guess. Not that we do that with our animals, really. And the animals that do work tend to enjoy it. I mean, if you're talking about, I don't know, a sheepdog or whatever. But these animals are blessed, and this guy's absolutely right. You know, they wouldn't exist at all if we didn't eat them. They don't have the consciousness to understand that their lives are finite and that they're going to be killed one day. All they know is, hopefully, you know, if you eat meat that's reasonably ethical, then yeah, I mean, if you're a sheep, you get born in the spring, and you know you're there with your mother, and you get protected and fed and looked after, and then one day, yeah, you're humanely killed. I mean, as a human being, would you? I mean, if you didn't know, and there was nobody knew that that's what your life was going to be, in the sense of that you're going to have a great life, you're going to have everything that you really needed, and you're going to have food and sex, basically, which is the sort of two main things that we need in life. And then one day, rather than dying horribly in a car accident or from some long prolonged disease like cancer or something, that somebody was effectively going to stick a bullet in the back of your head, but like I said, you didn't know, well, that's a pretty good life.
Do you think there's like a humane way to raise an animal that doesn't, and kill the animal that doesn't want to die?
Probably not.
Probably not. Why would you say no?
No one wants to die.
Yeah. No one wants to die, right?
It's against people. It's against like basic self-preservation. That's just.
But then again, I still think there's something in humans in which we were sort of meant to eat meat, because fully vegetarian diets, they don't provide the perfect level of like vitamin B12 and vitamin D, so you have to take supplements.
Where do you get vitamin D from?
The sun.
And where does vitamin B12 come from?
I think it's iron. I don't know that much about vitamins.
B12 basically comes from soil. It's a microbe grown in soil, so it's not synonymous with animal products.
It's a bit of a loaded question there, isn't it, really? Is there a humane way to kill something that doesn't want to die? Well, you won't find any animal, maybe some animals, like elephants, I think, and dolphins, but most animals aren't conscious of what death is. They don't know that they're going to die. So to say, is there a humane way of killing an animal that doesn't want to die? I mean, that just doesn't make sense, does it, really? You know, they have the privilege of not knowing. So something's got to die regardless, because all things die. Do you want it to be humane or not, is the real question, I would have thought. But then he starts talking about vitamin B12, and Ed's trying to sort of make out that vitamin B12 isn't actually synonymous with eating meat, because it comes from the soil and dirty water and so on and so forth. And he's right, except for the fact that the only way we can get hold of that vitamin B12 from the soil and from water is by eating animals which are exposed to that soil and water. Because the alternative would be, what are you going to do, Ed? What, are you going to start having a bowl of earth for your breakfast every morning? Or start drinking, dirty ditch water or something? I mean, if you do try that, I suspect you'll get very ill indeed. And this is why certain vegans now they'll take vitamin B12 supplements, because it isn't a natural diet. It isn't healthy. It isn't any good for you. And I hate to say it, and I don't like to be ad hominem here, but look at Earthling Ed. Look at him. He's hardly the healthiest looking specimen you've ever seen. And I know people will point out and say, oh, look at people like Vegan Gains and stuff. Well, yeah, sure. If you fill yourself up full of various supplements, and in his case, anabolic steroids, then yeah, you probably can, appear healthy. But are you healthy? I don't think so.
I think if we were top of the food chain, we'd be comfortable killing other animals ourselves. Like a lion, that can kill an animal, can't it?
Well, that's exactly what we're doing at the moment, though, because we are at top of the food chain.
But you're not killing an animal yourself, are you? Because you said you couldn't do so.
Because I don't have to, that's why.
But if you have so say today, like if I said, here's a chicken now, the only way you can ever eat chicken again is if you kill this chicken, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't kill chicken. I would just become vegan probably.
You'd probably become vegan?
Yeah.
So the only reason you're not vegan is because other people are doing it for you?
Yeah, I guess so. It's easy for me to go to Tesco's, get this chicken that's already been killed. It's not my crime. You don't feel guilty eating the chicken. Personally.
Is it your crime, though?
Well, it doesn't directly feel like indirectly
Does
probably
it?
is.
Yeah, it doesn't directly
because
feel
I'm here buying it, that's why they're being killed.
Right, that's it.
I guess if no one ate chicken, then they wouldn't kill chickens.
So are you responsible for the chicken being killed?
Indirectly, yeah.
Indirectly so.
Yeah.
It's good that you
try
realise.
not to think about it, though.
Yeah.
So this is starting to feel like Groundhog Day, isn't it, really? Because here we are again. Ed's trying to shame this guy into saying, oh, you wouldn't eat meat if you had to kill it yourself, and you're just getting someone else to kill the animal for you. And yeah, I mean, that is something that I might say to somebody who was criticising me for hunting, because, at least I've got the decency to do it myself. But we all do that in every respect, especially in this country. And again, vegans always try and spread the argument and then talk about South America and stuff. Not that we eat much South American meat, or at least I don't. But we look at it from a local perspective. In the UK, all the land is privately owned. All the land is being used for some form of agriculture. So there's no getting away from it. Whether you eat meat or not, somebody's killing things on your behalf. As I said, I'm about to go out pigeon shooting, and I'm going to be killing things so Earthling Ed can have peas with whatever meal that he's going to be having next. So stop it with this stupid righteous indignation. It doesn't wash. And I know I keep repeating myself here, and you're thinking, oh, this is another bloody Earthling Ed video. But this guy's starting to be taken seriously. He was on the TV not long ago talking about the fur trade. So I felt that it was important to make my point. Anyway, sorry if I sound a bit rough. I've got a cold, which I know is ironic because I was talking about being healthy, but I'm sure I'll recover soon. So that's it. I'm out.